So we a global technology company, we just say it. And I happen to hire people from different backgrounds and different languages and different verticals, and I happen to, right? So the reason why I said that this team-oriented thing, and we are going to throw out different ideas into one package, and we're going to shuffle it and just make it create a new one. And that's the whole thing. And in that sense, how to communicate in a broader sense is critical to get the job done. And we just want to know, well, how you guys feel about it from your experiences, and why that's important. So English is why we think English is important. The way to communicate within the team is why you think that's important. Just throw it out.
So first of all, language is very important because if you speak a foreign language, then nobody will understand. But also, we don't need to speak a very complete English, because nobody can speak that unless you. Okay.
Yeah.
The things that, of course, this was one of the main reasons that I choose Ground. I think we discussed about it in my interview for some time about the language, and because it's so important I can express myself. I don't want to just follow what the team leader or I don't know, my boss telling me to do, or some analysis. I just deliver the result to them. I just want to express myself, contributing to my idea, and so that's one main factor. I think without any language barrier, we have to communicate, and that's why I think we have an English-based environment at the moment, and it's so important. And so about the other things you mentioned, I'm always thinking about if we have different people from different background, verticals, and so ever, it's about resource optimization, right? And how we can arrange the team in a way that people with different culture, different background, we can work together in an efficient way. Because I have something, I use this example that in Japanese, when we say, I do it soon maybe probably in Japanese mindset is within an hour or two, but probably in other cultures soon mean in a day or two. And so we have to make sure that even those minor miscommunication will not happen in team. And so this is all the things that I'm always thinking about, that how we can make the communication clear inside the team. And even, I'm also interested to know.
No, I'm just thinking, so communication is a real facial value. So it's not an essence of communicating. So if you're going to communicate, what's important is not the way of communication in a way. So we're team-oriented, so we need to have direction to follow. Without it, there's no communication exists established. So we need to have a clear understanding where to go first. And then so we speak different, we speak same language with different connotations. And to understand those different connotations, the different skills, it's essence of communication, I think. So we are from different backgrounds, we need to communicate differently, but with the similar directions to follow. So inevitably we're getting into some, narrower spot of objectives. It's almost, it's like objective functions or those functions if you're going to optimize stuff in data science. Without it, just a bunch of irrelevant foodies and stuff. It doesn't establish a good team, right?
of course.
You said how to allocate to people with different cultural background. I think the most important thing is to think positively. For example, if someone says something which is very rude in one's culture, but maybe it's not in his culture. So we should think positively. We must not think negatively that he's a bad guy or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is very difficult for Japanese to understand in a way. So we grew up in a country where only one, the ethnic groups, right? But my family was from Okinawa, and they speak different languages. And unless you are spot in those situations, you don't really understand how diverse Japan can be. But so it's like this. I've been in the U.S. for a couple times, and those multinational countries, in and of itself, fosters the notion of difference and similarity. Do you know the word? So different, but in a way different, we're similar in that sense, right? So we're different, but we're similar in that sense. So it's a challenge to establish a team of people from different backgrounds, but we are different anyway. So you understand optimization? Probably I don't. So to understand you is the first step for communication, but without it, there's no communication. So I think it's important for us to establish the team with the skill sets, yes, but the mindset is the most important thing. That fosters culture, the value is important. That's one of the reasons I want to hire weird, creative, sometimes like outstanding, and in different ways, and how to put them into a box and create different things that come out of it. So it's a challenge because it's a startup, we're not an established company. We all try and error.